Political parties continue to trade blame. We welcome in Nick Daniels now. Nick, the president, the National Air Traffic Controllers Association. He's joining us live from LaGuardia Airport here in New York. All right, zero paychecks is exactly how it sounds, and obviously this is very, very tough for your members. What's being done to support them as they kind of work through this tough time, as we now know many, forced to do things like work second jobs?
Well, thank you for having me, and thank you for helping us get out the message. That's one of the keys that air traffic controllers around the country today, they've already missed a partial paycheck. Now today, they've worked over 120 hours, many times with holidays, overtime pay that they're not getting, and everything else. They're out at airports leafleting, telling the flying public they need their help to get out the message, to tell Congress to end this shutdown now. These air traffic controllers deal with one of the most stressful jobs in the entire world, and now they're having to do it with not receiving any pay. It is absolutely a recipe for nothing to go well, nothing to progress, and it's something that we have to bring the awareness to.
What message would you like to deliver to members of Congress? I think it was noteworthy that we had yesterday the statement from the largest union of federal workers saying that both political parties have made their point, and still there's no clear end in sight, so it's time to pass a clean continuing resolution and end this shutdown today. It goes on there from Everett Kelly, but the main message, pass the clean CR. What do you say?
Say our four words that we've been saying: end the shutdown now. Right? That has to be and continue to be where we need our elected officials to come together. The eyes of the world seem to be and thrust us into the forefront of somehow air traffic controllers are responsible for ending a shutdown. We don't start shutdowns. We don't end shutdowns. Air traffic controllers are responsible for the safe movement of 45,000 planes, 3 million passengers. Only our elected officials can do that, and we're calling on them to do it now. We do not need to continue being the rope in a tug-of-war game between the parties in any way, shape, or form. So
you're not going to weigh in on the how. You just want the thing over. You don't care how they do it or what kind of bill it is or that kind of thing. Okay.
Right now, we want the politics to be to the politicians.
I understand. I want to ask you a couple of other things. One, staffing shortages, which you kind of alluded to there. How severe are things, and is it worse in some parts of the country than others right now?
It's across the country, unfortunately. We only have 10,800 certified controllers in the entire U.S., where we should have 14,633. What you're now getting the front seat of is what an air traffic controller contends with every day. The difference between one or two bodies, where air traffic controllers do get sick. We do have to, take time off. If they have stringent medical requirements, if they take Benadryl, they have to be out for approximately 2 days. And that's something that we contend with in this system, and now everybody's getting to see it across the nation. A lot of times attributed to the shutdown, but it's actually the reality that we face all the time.
And then the other thing is, even after this, how do you convince people to want to do this job? Recruiting is something that the Transportation Secretary, Sean Duffy, talked about. Here's what he said.
You pick a career where you may not be paid for a partial payment, one paycheck, the next paycheck you're not paid, and maybe a third. That'll make you rethink, do I want to go into this profession? Not only that, when we have new controllers that are being trained up, they don't make a lot of money. It's a base pay that they get, and they're having a hard time making ends meet on the pay itself. This truly can drive people, and we've seen a few times that it has. It drives people out of a profession where we're trying to build more.
What would you say, Nick, about recruiting?
I absolutely agree with Secretary Duffy. He and I have been adamant that the only way to fix this issue is that supercharge of hiring, the long-term commitment to the training of the next generation of air traffic controllers. And it's already having the detrimental effects. If that's what we're wanting to see is the number of problems that this is going to cause, well, it's already happening. 4 people have already quit out of the Oklahoma City Academy, and those are the people that are the most vulnerable, that they're getting out of the academy and then they go to a facility in some of the highest cost of living areas in the country, and then they don't receive pay. They can't put up even a down payment to get an apartment. They're trying to live with other controllers, can't pay for gas to work. We're not putting these people in a position to succeed. We're putting them in a position to fail. And it's not only our new people, it's also those who are eligible to retire that need to train that next generation. They're starting to think as well, should I stick around for no pay, or would I rather just stay at home and collect a retirement paycheck instead? And that's something the Secretary and I are absolutely committed to working through as well. But this shutdown is putting us in a worse spot every day.
This is the last thing, but I know you said you didn't, that you guys don't start shutdowns and you don't end shutdowns. I understand that. Do we expect, though, to see fewer air traffic controllers, even than now, showing up and coming to work now that they're not getting paychecks in the next few days or weeks if this thing drags on? I mean, what would you say about staffing in the near term?
Yeah, air traffic controllers are going to keep showing up and being the patriots they are, doing the job day in and day out. What you're going to see is the stress, the fatigue, the pressure build on top of them going to work and not being 100% focused on this high consequence job, where they have to go and think about on their break, can I defer a mortgage? Can I ask my creditors to give me some time to pay all of this off? Can I put it on credit cards or get a loan? That's what they're having to do on their breaks, and that's not putting in any air traffic controller in a position for success. And why Secretary Duffy and I continue to say, in order to keep the system safe, we're going to have to slow it down, because these air traffic controllers are just going to deal with more and more issues. You can't pay people and expect them to somehow make it through without any income at all.
Okay, Nick Daniels, we thank you for your time today, live from LaGuardia Airport.